Bună ziua! Vă mulțumim că participați la teleconferința noastră. Eu sunt Claudiu
Thank you
Bistriceanu.
for participating in our conference. I am joined by Mrs. Dănilă, our director on the ESG and Investor Relations side. We are going to be joined by other colleagues within maximum 10-15 minutes. We are going to start and continue actually the presentation. I'm going to share the screen so that you can see our presentation.
După cum știți, Greenfield, proiectul
As you know, the Greenfield project is our flagship project. The presentation relates to the entire, you can see here a view of the entire Greenfield area. We have several phases. We are currently in the 3-tier phase in this area here, where I'm signaling with the mouse. And what you see here, what I am signaling now, is the impact headquarters, as well as Plaza and the expansion area that were released for use in 2022. As you well know, Impact has a long history, amassing over 30 years of experience. We have been listed on the Bucharest Stock Exchange for quite some time. We had a lot of innovations. We were among the first ones who issued bonds. In 2022, we had 3 capital increases. 2 were in cash contribution, 77 million lei in, then the third growth was based on issuance of based on incorporated results. The fact that we have such a long history is supported by the figures that you see here on this slide. We currently have a portfolio of over 86 hectares. We have over 81 allocated for future projects. Our intention is to maintain this portfolio of available lands by means of new land acquisition in the Greenfield area, as well as in other areas in Bucharest. We are interested in the city of Iași, Cluj, Timișoara. We are currently debating and in advanced discussions with land sellers so that we can ensure the requirements for future projects. We focus a lot on sustainability. All of our projects relate to the NZEB standards and the BREEAM standards as well. We are interested to have as many projects in our portfolio so that we can maintain these targets. We want to have projects developed on over 35 hectares of land, 50 hectares of land. In 2022, we aim to achieve a cost economy, and we basically integrated together with an architecture firm. We established a joint venture so that we can have an in-house architectural component. And in 2022, we established a new company that will help us build the Greenfield COPO project. Part of the innovations of the Impact Group, we are very interested in focusing on renewable energy resources. We are still awaiting our authorization to use such green methods in the Greenfield area. We also applied for the idea of photovoltaic parks and this is going to be implemented in Copo. So above the buildings, we're going to have a small photovoltaic park so that we can meet all the requirements in terms of low energy consumption. In the area of Greenfield, we want to build a kindergarten. We're waiting for the construction of the building. Greenfield Plaza, with the wellness center and the kindergarten, will reduce mobility outside the neighborhood, which will increase the living standard of inhabitants in this complex. On this slide, we highlighted the main cities envisaged by us for future developments. In Iași, we are waiting to receive an authorization for Greenfield Copo, and also we are interested in Brașov, Timișoara, and Cluj. In Constanța, in December, we concluded the first phase from the Boreal project, and we are going to assign finance to continue towards phase 2 for this project. As I mentioned, we have 50 hectares of land, and this ensures a high-scale development so that we can integrate communication centers, schools, kindergartens, so that we can reduce mobility outside the community that we are building. This is one of our mottos. We create communities, we build in a sustainable manner, and we focus on well-living. Here you can see the structure of the group. It was changed in the fourth quarter of 2022. We incorporated RCTI, Impact Alliance, Moldova Impact Alliance Architecture, which is an in-house architecture firm. If you are not familiarized with the Spatio Management name, it's a member of our group. It changed its name from the former name of Invest House, and they ensure property management services so that we can ensure the entire operational flow encompassed in our residential project. So we handle construction, post-sale, rent services, and so on, and funding as well. We always try to move towards a low carbon footprint and to ensure carbon neutrality. We have BREEAM certificates, and we want to maintain these standards in our future constructions. Basically, the NZEP standard applies as of 2022. It entails a minimum general resource energy consumption level. We are going to have smart materials to use, and this also covers the Greenfield project. We changed already the heating project so that we can consolidate heating in a single area so that gas consumption can be optimized and decreased. The aim is to actually achieve lower rates for the gas bill.
These certificates are a little bit more advanced, the BREEAM ones. The first one is focused on the mobility of the users, of the interface, maintenance cost. For example, how much light enters the building, how easily you can access some interest points in the neighborhood, and so forth. We have ESG certification, analytics, sustain analytics. It's one of our priorities. All that we do as to not trespass our own ESG standard. Basically, the corporate governance is very important in our group. We have from ARIR
mulțumim maxim numai performanței noastre, modul cum a comunicat investitorii.
Score for the vector. The maximum is one of the performance in the communicating with the investors, our results, and the transparency we have in our communication and our day-to-day activity.
Pe partea de echipă ne-am consolidat în ultima vreme cu Cristobal Rociu, director de dezvoltare.
This is the Cristobal Rocea, a development director, 17 years as a professional. He lives in Romania and had an important input in 2022 and in the inception phase from 2023. This is not new. These are the indexes we are a part of. That is our target, and we hope that in 2023 to be part of that too. The market context in Romania, it wasn't an easy year. 2022 started with high uncertainty due to the Ukrainian war. But as you could see in our preliminary results, we managed to balance these unfavorable conditions. We are analyzing an increasing demand. It's a high potential that it's not yet. And in 2023, we will 720 buildings will be available, become available. And we will start also the second phase in Boreal and the project Greenfield Copo. There is place on the market for this project, including in Iași. There is an overpopulation rate there, higher than in Bucharest or Constanța. This is an evolution of the prices in 2022 as compared to 2021. We hope to see these price increases in 2023. We do not have yet any idea of not being able to happen this. We've seen the increases in the interest rates, and in February and March, we could see the appetite coming back. Opportunities in 2022, and we will follow through 2023 in the rental phase from the investors, but also from the retail part. In 2022, we saw an increase of sales from the increase in the VAT. We are focusing on an increase in the appetite for rental. A part of the apartments have furniture that are completely furnished. And in 2023, we want to repeat this experience. We have furniture in the apartments that are being rented. The two brands of our group are Luxuria and Greenfield. Boreal is a brand located in Constanța, and we don't think we are going to repeat it in other areas. Greenfield is also in Copo and in the Bucharest areas. Greenfield Băneasa is a very big real estate project. There are finished 2,600 units. We are in building 1,167, and we are going to prepare another 2,500. Plaza was finished in 2022. We have the wellness club there, and we have an indoor and outdoor wellness. And it was with the headquarter that was launched in 2022. In Luxuria, we're very proud of this project. About 75% is already sold of this project. And we intend this year to sell all the units which we have. We have here packages. We have the apartments which are already finished from our perspectives. Greenfield Couple Residency is a very big project. It's in Iași, and we will have 1,062 units. We will start in the third quarter of this year, and it will last for 5 years. As per our ideology, it will also have a kindergarten and a shopping center. It's a very big project. It will cost about approximately 150 million euro. It will make 150 million euro from selling the apartments. We are operating right now in Greenfield Plaza, but this is not our core business. And we intend to apply for an operator as soon as possible. Boreal Plus is ongoing. We have finished phase 1. We are getting ready for phase 2, and we are trying to come up with the financing. We are in advanced negotiation, and probably in the third quarter, we will start phase 2. In December 2022, we have finished 209 units, and we will start selling them in March. Probably in the first 2 or 3 weeks, we will complete the contracts. Area Verde is in Barbul Văcărescu. We intend to develop. It will be in a residential and commercial area.
We basically have over 7,000 square meters for the commercial use and over 107,000 for residential purposes. We estimate 350 million euros as income from this project. Greenfield West is located between the Ghencea Boulevard and Timișoara Boulevard in the western side of Bucharest. We have submitted the documentation to local authorities in order to obtain the building permit. We estimate that towards the end of the year, we will commence construction. Basically, we have an area of 27 hectares. We are going to build over 4,000 units with a development value of over 400 million euros. The project will include a shopping center, amassing a total of 14,000 square meters. It's going to be developed in 2 phases. It will probably begin in 2024.
We
have here a short synthesis of the financial data of the company. Basically, we had an increase of the turnover of 54%. The gross margin had a very low decrease, but EBITDA increased by 27%. Basically, in 2022, we sold 275 units, in an increase compared to the 183 units sold in 2021. Greenfield Băneasa, we concluded the second project, Z1 and Z2. This is a technical internal name. We sold 110 units versus 39 in 2021, and in Luxuria Expoziției 161 units versus 140 units sold in 2021. The average sale price increased in 2022 to 1,531 euros per square meter. There are no signs that this increase will slow down. We expect it to continue in the first half of 2023. For the first time, we had a consolidation, and we consolidated income obtained by RCTI in relation to third parties. Basically, this consolidation is reflected in the net profit result based on relations with third parties. It's our general contractor, RCTI, builds only for us, but it also has third-party relations, business relations, as compared to Impact, which does not. We commissioned Greenfield Plaza. Real estate investments increased as well. We had a 17% increase for real estate investments. Tangible assets are the result for tangible assets relates to the wellness area. And of course, the consolidation also relates to RCTI. We continued the construction phases in Băneasa, and this is reflected in an increase of 15% of bank loans and inventory. We consolidated own capital and increased to 62% of the total assets. And so we have an indebtedness degree that is decreasing, namely at the level of 26%. As a result of land assessment, we obtain a total adjusted assets value of 347 million euros, and the net replacement value, ERPA, approximately 251 million euros. These are the lands we own. Approximately 85 hectares. We can develop real estate projects on 71 hectares. We are constantly adding new lands. Even in 2023, we added to this portfolio, and we want to continue to do so in 2023. The financing mix changed as compared to last year. We had 2 bond issuances, as you can see reflected here. So our indebtedness rate decreased to 26%, as I mentioned before. To continue, we want to obtain a gross project margin of 3.5%, 35%. The results from 2022 encourage us. We are under 40% in terms of liabilities to assets, and we target a VTL for the project of 65%. Our solid experience encompassing over 30 years on the capital market makes us feel confident. Yes, sustainability is a keyword for us. We want to position ourselves in what concerns sustainable increase. We have a lot of ambitious financial objectives for 2023. We continue to build in Greenfield, Boreal, and we want to start as soon as possible the Căpău project. And we are here for your questions if there are any.
Dacă poți să deschizi, avem întrebări. Cred că avem una dintre întrebări care a fost transmisă.
I think we have a question that was sent to us in writing beforehand. What is the situation in terms of inclusion of shares in BET and other indexes? We intend to work towards this goal and to fulfill and meet the criteria for this year. It's a bit more it's a complicated issue. We have a free floating condition for the FTSE side and the ROSET. We had capital issuances and we want to actually meet this target. So at the end of 2023 or beginning of 2024 to be included in what I stated before. The second question? Other questions?
Cred că avem o întrebare.
I think we have a question. Good evening. How many apartments do you estimate to be finalized by the end of 2023? Alina David asked this question. We intend approximately 732 apartments to be finalized in Greenfield, Băneasa, Taylor neighborhood. We are waiting for one to ask us anything. We are here to respond to your questions. Another question?
Bună seara, vă răspund eu la întrebarea asta.
Hello, I am going to answer this question related to the Greenfield access road. I think almost everyone knows about this road. The Vatul Moldovei access road from connecting Militar neighborhood to Greenfield is an old road from 1972. It was managed by an NGO, then it moved in terms of property. It was covered by the National Resistance Plan. Rom Silva is one of the responsible entities for this road. We took to court the City Hall of Bucharest, and we hope to resolve the situation as soon as possible. We are doing everything we can to finalize the procedures commenced in 2018 in relation to the City Hall of Bucharest in order to regain this access road and use it actually for our projects. As I mentioned, we hope to solve this situation as soon as possible. In parallel, as you know, we have been working towards access solutions, alternative access solutions from the highway, national highway. These are endeavors that we are doing, but unfortunately the red tape is delaying our attempts. In terms of access to the capital roadway, we have a promise from the City Hall that they are going to debate this issue. 2 years ago, the issue was debated and voted on by the Council of Bucharest, and then we have to carry out the actions required for this road. So we are doing everything we can to find solutions and alternative solutions Unfortunately, we depend on the authorities, so to speak, but we carried out all the steps to conclude this process. Thank you. Thank you for your question.
Bun, dacă nu mai sunt întrebări, noi vă mulțumim mult pentru participare și vă stăm la dispoziție.
If there are no more questions, we are here for your possible questions. Thank you very much. Goodbye.